Hey guys, this is Justin from the Unscripted Dad Life podcast. We're excited for you guys to listen to the podcast. Just a heads up, the first few episodes, the sound quality leaves something to be desired, but I can assure you that it does get progressively better. That being said, enjoy the show.
Alright, hello everybody, welcome back for another episode. Today, I guess I should say who we are, right? Welcome back to Unscripted Dad Life.
Thank you for being here.
I do appreciate it. Justin, not so much because he doesn't even want to say hello.
We're good.
So we'll just kind of get kicked off. How was everybody's week? Like, you guys do anything interesting? Because I have a funny story to happen, and I'll share it, but only if you guys have. I don't want to be the only one like, no, that guy steals the mic all the time. No, go ahead.
You?
Me. Yeah.
No, there's somebody, but it's not you.
I have been on the struggle bus mentally for like the past 2 weeks. I've had a severe panic attack and a severe anxiety attack, and a depressive episode to top it all off. So,
how you doing today?
Not great. But I'm here. So, meds, hopefully doing their thing, and therapy doing its thing.
Well, hopefully the stories we tell tonight will help lift you up.
Yeah.
I certainly hope. That is why I'm here. Absolutely.
For uplifting, we can do that.
Yeah.
I've got one where I won't be at the same level that you're at, but I definitely feel some pain.
Well, so
I felt pain.
Physical pain? Why?
Oh, dude, physical pain. So my kids,
let's hear it. Yeah.
They're at the point now where they love running up and down the hall, and they love climbing and jumping, going to the playground, and they like it when Daddy is the playground. So they'll have me lay down on the floor, and they climb on top of me, and they'll climb on my back, and they'll bounce up and down, and they'll be like, "Oh, nay, nay," and that means they're riding a horse in their imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So
I still think they're doing the actual nay-nay.
The actual nay-nay? I don't think they can whip, but they might nay-nay. So we're running up and down the hall, and they tell me Daddy Cave, or Daddy Tunnel, not Cave. So they say Daddy Tunnel, which means they want to run under, between my legs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If I get down like a dog or something, they tunnel their way under, because to them, it's a funny tunnel, and they're like, oh, going through here. So I'm standing in the hallway, standing there with my legs spread open. That sounds terrible. And they're just running back and forth. And one of the boys, as he's going, forgets to duck.
Oh.
And he's going full speed, and I get a forehead right in the chickadees.
Oh.
And it sends this pain, and I'm just like, I crumple over because you can't, right in the sweet spot for men. And I'm already in pain. I'm like, somebody's cutting onions, and I'm leaning over. Well, the boys don't know that I'm in pain. They just see Daddy bending over. So they're like, oh, Daddy wants to lay down. So they're like, Daddy down, Daddy down. So they push me down to the floor. And then they get on top of me while I'm trying to reel in pain from my chickadee. And they get on my back, and they just start going, nay, 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 nay. And they're bouncing up and down on my back while I'm in pain. So, of course, I'm bouncing up and down on the floor where I'm already in pain. They're laughing and giggling, trying not to fall off. I'm crying, and it was just it was a terrible. So, yeah, if you can imagine that little hallway of me with two boys bouncing up and down, and I'm grabbing myself, trying not to pass out from the pain.
You gotta guard it. That's the chickadees.
If we never have kids again, we know the exact moment where I had a free surgery.
Let's all have a moment of silence for your huevos.
Yeah, it was not. But the rest of the day was great. That was really, over the last 2 weeks, the only thing that really stood out is something funny that I definitely didn't want to share, but I'll share it.
Oh,
nobody knows the names. So
no, if that's the worst thing that happened to you, that is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Way to go.
I've been kicked in the nuts and fired the same weekend. I was all right with it. I'm kidding, I've never been fired. No.
You know all that.
I've been laid off.
Hang on a second.
No, I know that there's many times I should have been fired, but I've never been fired.
Like right now?
Every day for...
I would never fire you from our show.
No, not from this, from other things. That
okay. But
there we go.
That was it. And I actually...
sorry, go ahead. Yeah, go for it.
I was just going to say, the other only thing that happened to me is I... had my first moment where I stepped on a Lego.
Oh yeah, that's
so.
Oh, you're in then. You're a dad now.
I'm a dad. It's official. So John, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I did forget to mention because the whole mental illnesses thing took over for a little bit, but I did actually have a lovely Saturday with my wife. She woke me up and was like, hey, you know what? Let's go get brunch. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, let's do that. And we got a flight of mimosas.
Nice.
And so we got a little day drunk.
Nice.
That was pretty cool. I haven't I don't really drink a whole lot because of my meds, but I got a little tipsy.
You need what you need sometimes.
Absolutely. And then what else did we do? We went home, played some Fortnite because that's our game together. That's what we do together.
Awesome.
Nice.
And just had a pretty easygoing day. Like that, I even told her today, like that was, if I could just capture that feeling all day in a bottle, then like I would not have any mental illnesses at all. Like that was like the perfect day. So
that's a great way to put that.
Yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that I talked her into taking me to brunch again at some point without playing the sympathy card too much.
So, just to put a disclaimer on this really quick. This is coming. Well, we're recording this before Mother's Day. It's going to come out after Mother's Day. So this is not him, scoring brownie points for what happened over Mother's Day.
I was locked and loaded to say, yes, we do condone drinking.
Well, yeah, definitely. Children. Yeah, it's not around the kids. But, just in case, John's wife is listening, this is not to score brownie points for Mother's Day. He's saying this of his own free will before Mother's Day.
I've got Mother's Day plans already loaded. I am set. I've got some pretty good ideas, and I just need to execute.
I was right here to jump in with. I had a similar weekend with my wife. It was wonderful, and she's perfect in every way, like you usually do. But I had nothing. In the face of Mother's Day, I had nothing planned for Mother's Day. No.
See, that brings up a good point. I'm struggling. So ever since the boys were born, like I can think of things that are cool for Mother's Day or for Christmas. From the boys.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's where all of my thought goes to. And then it's like, that's the day. And it's like, holy crap, there's a special day in less than an hour. I've got nothing. But here the boys are the little turns with like footprint paintings of bunnies or handprints of whatever, drawing. Like they've done all this cool stuff. They're not even 2 and they're already showing me up.
That goes in the same jar.
I got nothing.
When my daughter was little, every burp, every fart, every hiccup, somebody go, oh, and I'd make the joke of, man, I wish somebody would get all, ooh, whenever I burp and fart. I think that would be funny. And somebody go, oh, really? You want us to do that? You want us to cheer when you burp and fart? And then it was like a whole, no, I don't want that at all. It's the same thing.
And to this day.
And now we have the reason you don't like poop and fart jokes.
Yeah, because you don't get cheers for it if you're over 40, apparently.
I will cheer every time I see you fart when you walk by me.
You won't. So we're good.
Getting a little weird.
But yeah. Getting weird.
Well, that'll be maybe shirt number 2.
That's no.
No? All right.
I will not be part of a podcast that puts out a shirt that says I farted.
Let's actually get into the show today.
All right.
We have about five people who listen to the show after it's edited, give us some pointers and some feedback. And some of the stuff I've been getting directly from them is we always have the same topic. We bring it up, but then we don't talk about it. So they're like, dude, just talk about it and get it out. And we always touch on the subject of cartoons when we were a kid.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought that would be a good one today. Like, the difference from when we were growing up to what we used to watch to what the kids now watch. And I don't know about you guys, but I started, you didn't know because you had no idea I was going to bring this up to you today. So I started thinking over these last couple of weeks of noticing the differences of when I grew up, what I remember, and what my boys are doing now. And it's so different.
I think we should be clear about how...
We've already said we're already over 40.
Okay, well, that's fair. Okay.
And we're, ranging from, I think, 11, 12.
What do you think of, what's your go-to to what you were watching as a kid, whatever that
For me as a kid, it was the X-Men cartoons on Saturday morning cartoons, 7 a.m. Same with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then in the later 90s, it was the animated Batman and then the Gargoyles.
Yes.
I loved those 4 cartoons. Like, I still have those. And I can't wait for my boys to be old enough to show them. But then at the same time, now I'm watching what they're watching. And it's like, they're not going to care about what I watched because now they're doing like the YouTube preview comes up. They're not watching a specific show. They're pointing to a thumbnail like that one. That one. And it's the same show every time. And it's just like, oh my God.
Well, it's up to you to force something new on them.
So we do, and we've tried. And here's what's funny. My kids are very vocal about what they don't like. And as soon as they see something that comes on, in the next 2 minutes, if they don't like it, they go, ew, 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 ew. And they just start getting mad. They start looking for the remotes, the controllers, anything they can find to turn.
Do you do anything to be like, no, wait, maybe this is, no, whatever.
They're 2, they don't understand that. They don't understand that.
Your kids are going to be politicians, man. You got to.
Oh, no, but so that's my experience. Again, they're only 2, but I would love to get them into, the same cartoons I watched. Even the Tick but that's just an adult
Tick?
cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Blue Man Tick.
I tried getting my daughter to watch The Tick with me not too long ago. It's on Hulu. And,
do you ever go back at those cartoons and like
All
you're trying to watch it and you're sitting there waiting for a reaction like, maybe this wasn't as good as I thought.
When they put X-Men, the animated series, on Disney Plus, I was so excited. And then the first couple episodes, I'm like, this animation is garbage.
Dude, it is.
So bad.
It's terrible.
But there's super fans that are... Yeah.
Like, they were really short plot, but yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think I've absorbed too much X-Men in my life at this point. I'm like, no, there's good X-Men and there's bad X-Men and there's bad X-Men. I don't care what you say.
That was how a lot of people got into X-Men, though.
It's true. No, I got in with the show, and then I bought a bunch of comics in my 30s, and here I am knowing too much about the X-Men.
So,
I developed a lisp.
so the cartoons for my kids are YouTube animation. There's one show not even in English that they freaking love because it's some overseas. I want to say maybe, I don't know. I can't tell where the language is from.
Did you say maybe it's AI?
No, it's Asian. Maybe.
Oh, Asian. Okay.
But all she does is she's got all of these toy cars. They're hidden in mud and rocks and water, and she just digs and finds them and pulls them out, pushes them in the water, cleans them off, and then she pulls out this truck or a car, and the boys are like, "Oh, that's the coolest thing ever!"
Your
And
kids
they're
are
like,
watching
"Help me
ASMR
run."
videos.
Yeah. No, apparently that's like a thing.
Like,
So
how is
that's a
this
whole-
show? But
YouTube is its own weird business these days.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
no, I don't mean. I'm sorry.
But
It's a whole thing.
here's to make you and I and all three of us feel small.
Okay.
A person just finding the same toys in a different pond or in different is making more money than we are.
Oh, no. That is absolutely, and that is what YouTube is for nowadays.
Making you feel bad.
Yeah, make you feel bad about yourself. My kids used to watch the YouTube videos of tires running over random stuff.
Oh yeah.
Wait, like real video or?
Yeah.
Yeah, like real video. It's just like somebody sets up a camera right in front of the tire and like it'll run over, I don't know, like water balloons. And then it'll cut. And then it's okay, what's up next? Now it's like paint pellets. I mean, and it's
We
just
were watching the slow-mo guys
now
and
they do slow-mo.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Pop it and then they slow-mo it.
We were
Yep.
watching the slow-mo guys and that channel where they have the press. What do you?
Oh yeah, the drill press.
The drill press. Yeah. And I was thinking, man, this is what entertainment has gotten to. But you're watching people roll over stuff with a tire. That's
Right. Yeah.
All right.
But then again, let's put in perspective. I, as an adult, watch like power washing videos
Okay.
or like restoration videos. Like I love
Restoration,
stuff like
I
that,
get.
you know? I mean,
That's
it's
fun.
just really, really interesting to me. So like, I can't say a whole lot, but it is, the entertainment has definitely changed from watching storyboarded X-Men and Spider-Man cartoons to, random hits of dopamine in, 2-minute videos.
We're all glitching out on the couch at home. But okay.
So let's kind of reel it back and go back to topic. So for cartoons for your kids, so we know what mine are watching because it's just YouTube and they point to the thumbnail they want to watch. 30 seconds later, ew, it's not what I wanted. So for you guys with your kids, what cartoons did they watch? Is it different from what you remember watching, or like do you introduce cartoons you watched as a kid to your kids? Like, how did that evolve? Because I'm coming up on that and I'm kind of curious what I'm about to walk into.
I am a huge fan of modern cartoons. I think they're awesome. I think every old dude that says, back in my day, we'd watch Looney Tunes and that's the best it ever got, and ever since it's been bad. That's garbage. That's bullshit. Cartoons today. Adventure Time. Have you ever watched Adventure Time?
No.
You've watched Adventure Time, right?
No.
Oh, both of you need to go home and watch just like a bunch of episodes of Adventure. It's therapy. You should watch fucking Adventure. It's so good. I mean it. The stories they write are so like help me out, emotionally mature, and like they okay, the first season is a boy with a dog and they do stupid adventures, but past that, they're all so good. The stories are incredible. Like there's a bubblegum princess of the Candy Kingdom and the hero and his magic dog, and they do all these little adventures. But then later, like seasons down the road, you find out that the Candy Princess has a friend or an advisor named Peppermint Butler, and they call him Pep Butt later. And he's apparently like, when no one else is around, he's going back behind the scenes and like resurrecting demons from hell, like doing all this crazy stuff. But it's friendly. It's
I get it. Yeah.
It's so much fun. And then secondly, Gravity Falls. Have you watched Gravity Falls?
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched Gravity Falls?
Yeah, I told you what I watched.
Watch Gravity Falls. It's amazing. It's Disney, so it's pretty clean and simple, but they're resurrecting demons too. Man, I got a theme here.
do you need to talk about
No.
Like,
they're just so good. Like the stories are good and the characters are fun and like Gargoyles is one of my up there cartoons of all time. But
hands down.
But
Mount Rushmore of cartoons.
which is what?
Question 2 for the show.
What would go
ahead.
on the...
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Let me write this down, but keep going with your story.
We're having all this fun talking about kids. He's like top 4 presidents.
No, I mean, not presidents, but that's where we're ending the show today.
Y'all need to watch Gravity Falls. You need to watch... if you've got girls, you need to watch Star versus the Forces of Evil. I just realized another resurrection.
Well, you know what? I think with a straight face.
I think it's Star versus the Forces of Evil. And it's really good. It's just a sweet little girl that runs around.
Resurrects demons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard the story a million times.
Is that the darker version of Dora the Explorer? Or?
Nah, Dora the Explorer. Okay. See, okay, that brings up a good point. I have a sister-in-law and her husband who have a son who's, I think he's about to be, no, he just turned 3. And they have been like, well, this is appropriate television for a 3-year-old or 1-year-old. This is appropriate television for a 2-year-old. And the whole time I'm like, we got my daughter started on Ninja Turtles, the 2012 version, just so y'all know, when she was real little, and she's like awesome. She's an amazing kid. It didn't screw up in any way that I know of yet. So all the little kid stuff, just complete bullshit. We watched some of the YouTube videos when she was really little. I used them to wake her up in the morning for school. I'd just play those goofy little tunes, and she'd what's going on there? And she'd be over the iPad in no time. But like, get them on some good stuff. I'm excited about this one.
Well, you'll be happy to know. The very first cartoon I showed both my boys was the animated version of the Flashpoint Paradox.
Oh, right on. Yeah,
I'm
those
just
are
kidding.
good.
That's insanely violent. Why would I show that to my kids?
I don't know. Well, okay, hold on. To be fair.
I wish we recorded that because your reaction to that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what the heck is that?
Okay, hold on. I forgot that all the DC cartoons are particularly adult.
Yeah.
I remember seeing them playing on the screen to the comic shop, and they're like in a strip joint with Catwoman. I'm like, what's going on with the comic books?
No, it's bad.
You introduced me to the Flashpoint Paradox years ago in the comic book form, and the only thing I can remember about it is the cosmic treadmill. So fuck the Flashpoint Paradox. Okay. And
well, you gotta watch it. If I'm gonna watch whatever
Gravity Falls,
butt pep.
But putt pet.
Then you got to watch Flashpoint Paradox. It's good.
But it's the same thing.
Pet butt.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of people go, oh yeah, oh my God, I watched these things. Justin's right about all this.
I want to know if anybody's listening. Well, when you guys listen to this, if you've watched Pet Butt, let us know.
Pet Butt's not the name of the show. It's the...
What's the name of the show?
Adventure Time.
Adventure Time. If anybody's seen that, actually I know a lot of people have when I was military.
I will say that cartoons today, like I can watch them as an adult because they are like incredibly introspective. Like they make you think, and you're like, oh my God. Like,
they have more to say than Looney Tunes did.
Right. Yeah.
It's funny to think that my grandma would complain about the violence of Looney Tunes back in the day, but would probably prefer it to any kind of introspective thing that modern cartoons would say. A couple years ago, about 5 years ago, we went to Disney World, and on the the bus that takes us to the plane or whatever, we got on. It was us and we got on, and an older couple got on, and they go, where are you going? And my father-in-law was with us, and he said, we're going to Disney World. And they go, oh, Disney World. You know, that's great. I love Disney cartoons. Modern cartoons are just gaga. And the two of them, like, really got big-headed about, like, Elmer Fudd was the pinnacle of, of cartoon enjoyment. Meanwhile, me and my daughter are sitting there going, they don't know about Pep. Like,
it's like you gotta watch Bluey, dude. That one is deep.
That's what I hear.
We're not giving John any chance to talk here.
No, it's fine. Please go ahead.
Oh, you never talk.
We're here to cheer him up. So
no, I love it. Take the wheel.
Yeah, I'm actually excited you're talking.
I'm trying to think. There's got to be more because anything that came up in the last 10 years has been amazing.
Have you had any cartoons like your daughter started watching and then don't? Like for us, our kids, they loved it when they were really little. And now there's like you because they've discovered tractors and trucks. And oh my God.
Something always takes the place of the thing they loved before.
I mean, we're going to put them back into Bluey because we ain't. But if you
switch over to Dogs in Space. We started that one and it looked pretty fun. And my brother-in-law says it's amazing.
Dog in Space?
Dogs in Space. It's kind of like Bluey, but a little more grown up.
Let's try that. But has your daughter had
TV7, whatever.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry, what was that?
Has your daughter had any shows where she used to watch as a kid, now she doesn't? Or, well, I mean, because she's getting up there, almost teenager.
Yeah.
And you have a really big, maybe we'll have that, I don't know. But you have something full coming up for your dog that we talked about a little bit.
Quinceañera? That's a couple years
No,
old.
no, not that. But anyway, cartoons.
Wait.
Cartoons.
Yeah, no, we so okay. I felt bad for a while there because everything that she liked, I felt like I kind of forced on her. Like Ninja Turtles, you're gonna love Ninja Turtles, but she did. My Little Ponies was an '80s thing, so we kind of pushed that on her, thinking that was cool. Which a friend of ours would always we talk about how much we both love it. Like, yeah, My Little Pony's amazing. I don't think I'm going to convince parents of boys to watch it, but it's.
I never sat there and watched it with them, but my sons watched it and they enjoyed it, and so I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
So my daughter switched gears though. She's on watching YouTube videos of people playing video games, which is flatline for me. I get a little bit of it. Some of their jokes are funny, but it's just not funny.
Yeah, My kids are watching YouTubers play video games. Same thing. But to put in perspective, somebody I saw this online somewhere where this guy asked his nephew or something like, "Hey, why do you watch people play video games? Wouldn't you rather play the video games themselves?" And the kid is like, "Why do you watch sports? Wouldn't you rather play sports themselves?" I'm like, okay, you know what? I get it.
You fucker.
Yeah, exactly.
So how about you?
That's perfect.
Because you're kind of dynamic, so I'm actually really interested for yours. So because you had 3 kids, all different ages. How did cartoons in your family work compared to when you were growing up, or that you remember pushing the stuff you watched? Like Justin and I tried. Well, Justin did. I tried. I'll try again.
Because it was. I think the main thing that I tried to get them to watch most was Justice League and Justice League of America. Because we were also, as a family, cosplaying at like Comic Cons and stuff like that, and so I wanted them to see like where it was coming from, and they're not going to get like the long story arc or anything like that, but it was really. I really wanted them to know who like Superman was, and stuff like that. But other than that, I didn't really push anything on them. I came in to the house one day and the Simpsons movie was on, and I was like, okay, nothing, whatever. And then my oldest son just decided, like, it was one of the funniest things he's ever seen. And he decided from then on, he was going to start The Simpsons from the very first episode to now. And I was like, bro, they've been on for like 30 years.
How far along has he gotten?
You know what? Actually, I know the exact answer is he just got to where Mr. Burns was shot.
Dude, that's like season 4.
I know. I know. But he loves it. Like, he'll be sitting there and like he's getting a little grown up, so he understands some of the jokes. So like he'll pause and be like, "Did you get that?"
See, okay,
yeah, buddy, I got it.
I love The Simpsons as a conversation because for years and years I loved it. We watched it every opportunity we got. When I was a kid, I was one of those families. My mom didn't like it. We weren't supposed to watch it. Simpsons, Married to Children, anything else we could watch did not matter. But those two, my parents did not like. And then on vacation a couple years ago, me and my daughter were sitting around the place where we were staying, just looking for something to watch. Simpsons was an option, and I was like, let's watch some Simpsons, And the conversation...
You feel the guilt of your mother on your shoulders.
Yeah,
like, well... It's fine, I'm an adult, I can do this.
My mother, but also my wife. My wife is... She didn't grow up with The Simpsons. It just wasn't something in their household. We eventually... It's to backtrack a little. My wife... I'm sorry, no. My mom, she had a turning point with The Simpsons on the episode where Bart sells his soul.
Oh, yeah.
She said, "You know what, Bart, he did the right thing. It's good that he learned a lesson there." And like, she flipped completely. She's like, "Simpsons is a free game. You can do whatever you want now." So we watched forever after that. I remember in even high school, like, that was a big deal. So anyway, I'm watching with my daughter, and the episode that we just happened to randomly pick was all about religion. And we don't talk about religion much in my house. My daughter talks more about religion than I do. And I go, we have good productive conversations. I don't get rude, or I don't, it's nice. But The Simpsons, I was like, I don't really want her to learn one way or another about this particular topic from those particular people. Like,
I mean, to be fair, they put it in a pretty consumable form,
but I think that's a couple years down the road if she wants to understand.
I'm not saying like
weirdness.
Hand her a Time Life magazine.
I love that's a running joke. That's great.
All I'm saying is there are worse resources to leave up to her.
No, you're absolutely right.
Her second shirt.
Time Life magazine.
We've got all
with the 3 of us.
All jokes are bad jokes. Or dad jokes are bad jokes, and then we'll have somebody handing you a Time magazine.
I do love
I
this.
like it.
This is good. So anyway,
Yeah.
what sucks though is when you pull the plug on something like that, it spikes the curiosity because we got about halfway through and I'm like, they're making a lot of good points. I'm like, oh shit, she's right. And so I was like, we should watch something else. She's like, no, this is funny. I'm like, you're right. Well, we should stop.
So it's funny you say that. We were watching The Flash live action show.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, there's a character in there called the God of Speed.
Haven't gotten that far.
Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
It doesn't ruin anything besides that.
But it's kind
Well, my oldest was probably about 4 or 5 years old, and he had questions about religion and stuff like that. And so we let him know what we think. We're an atheist family, and so he took it upon himself to go tell every kid at the playground that the God of Speed is real. And he comes up to me, he's like, "That's 3 people who know that the God of Speed is real." And I was like, don't talk about this anymore, please.
Wait.
Not okay.
Because you've seen him on screen? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, kid logic, he put that, he's like, I can see it. He's right there. Boom. That's real.
Show him Dogma and he'll believe that Alanis Morissette.
of So what about your other 2? So do they get to watch the same cartoons as your oldest? I'm trying to keep us.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So yeah.
Steer the hell out of this shit.
Let's get right back.
Their tastes, their tastes are changing. My middle doesn't watch cartoons much anymore. He watches a Disney show called Bunked, and it's about this summer camp and all the shenanigans that all the counselors and the kids get into. I mean, there's only 2 or 3 seasons, and he's watched it back to back 7 times. I'm not even exaggerating.
Knowing your son, he's like, I could be on that cast.
Well, this is my middle child who's
okay.
Yeah. And then, my daughter who just turned 1 a couple days ago, we watch Sing 2 and Trolls, the movie. Sometimes we watch Coco Melon. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm so tired of that show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, see, when you were talking, what were you talking about earlier? Because I thought that was Coco Melon.
No, they watch YouTube, but then there's the Coco Melon, and it's just like you can watch that show as an adult, and then you can't.
Mm-hmm.
There's no in between. You either tolerate it, or you're just like, here's YouTube. Pick something.
Anything's better.
That may or may not be the stage we're in, but
yeah. I am curious as to what she's going to go into, because I feel like there's probably a study on this somewhere, but the type of TV that you start to go to, it sort of shapes, models your personality, how you see things and stuff like that. So I'm really curious as to, what she's going to get into. I put on Powerpuff Girls the other day, just in case.
Mojo.
Yeah.
Which one? The new one or the old one?
The old one.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know there was a new one.
It's good. It's punk rock. It's really fun.
But she wasn't interested. She's 1, so she likes the singing and stuff like that.
Speaking of, happy birthday to her. She just turned 1, right?
Yeah. What's the date today?
Well, by the time
yesterday.
Yeah, she'll be 1. So happy birthday, early/late, depending on when you hear this.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
I'm curious, where's she at with? I know this is not cartoons, but where's she at with walking and talking and stuff?
She refuses to do either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like my daughter.
She'll stand up for a few seconds, and then I'll try and goad her into walking. I'll grab her. She'll grab a hold of my fingertips. And then she's like, "Nah, I'm good."
She'll turn them fingertips right.
And she will, yeah. She will speak gibberish here and there. We taught her how to shush people, so that was pretty cute.
Why would you teach a kid that?
Because we are constantly going shh to her.
Oh, for her. Okay,
yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's not like I sat her down and was like, "You're gonna learn how to shush people." No, it's just
the early learnings of Karen.
Right.
That brings up a question that's going to be a lot of you talking the next time.
Okay.
And then
Because you know how we keep our scripts.
But no, she's doing okay. My oldest walked when he was 9 months. My middle walked the very day of his first birthday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
and then my daughter. We'll see.
I got
Up in here.
when my daughter was, I don't know, 10, 11 months, I kept thinking, it's going to happen any minute now. And I don't think it happened until she was quite a bit older than 1, a couple months. But I remember I ran to the CVS one day, and there was a lady who had a kid that was a head shorter than my 1-year-old, and he was running all over the store. And I asked her, I was like, how old is he? And she goes, he's 9 months. I'm like, what? It totally freaked me out.
So kind of to circle back, I know I may have asked this already, but I have to tell me.
Yes.
I'm trying to keep us on track.
He-Man, Thundercats.
No,
Jesus,
so,
what are
yeah.
you?
So when you think back, are there any cartoons that you remember watching and want your kids to watch? Or have you gone back and rewatched them as an adult and like, nah, it's not as good?
I feel like that's
Or
what
is
the
there-
conclusion always tends to be.
Yeah, I agree.
All the good stuff gets remade, and the remakes are better than the original, in my opinion. For kids, anyway. There's some stuff, but like,
Are you really saying?
you know what I did want to introduce my wife or my daughter to?
Pick one.
Punky Brewster. I don't know why, but I wanted my daughter to watch Punky Brewster and Alf.
Oh,
But then they
yeah.
pop up on Hulu, all this old 80s and 90s stuff,
Yeah.
and they're real hard to watch. They're real bad.
No.
Well, what's so bad about or hard to watch about them now? Like, is it
Oh,
just not
no,
good
well,
anymore? Or?
Yeah, not as good. Like the acting quality and that kind of stuff has gotten better now, so it's just harder to watch. Storytelling's changed over the years and all that. But I remember like having warm feelings about old stuff like that. Alf had a cartoon, so that was fair game. Punky
Oh
Brewster.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
So did Howie Mandel, his cartoon.
Oh,
Howie
Bobby's
Mandel?
World?
Yeah, Bobby's
I used to
World.
watch that all the time.
I've watched that with my daughter a couple times. We always just laugh about that. Right on.
So yeah, it's just I'm also kind of curious because I was rewatching some shows and then I saw something on social media the other day. And I didn't really watch the show in that way, but now that I saw this meme, it's like, I was today's year old when I learned that, but like take the I can't say
We've said so many things. What are you talking
I know the group that always solved mysteries with the dog and
Oh, yeah,
everybody was
yeah.
hungry.
Mm-hmm. The Great Dane
Yeah.
with the snacks.
Yeah, there was always the guy that
And the
acted
stoner
like he was
guy.
high and
Oh,
they would drive around in their little van.
why are
and
we
solve
worried about
mysteries.
saying wishbone?
No, not that. The other one. But I didn't realize that their hidden meaning was that they were trying to teach everybody that the real monster was.
Yeah, I've
I was
heard
like,
that.
dude, because that's true.
Yeah, but I feel
Just
like okay, so
I let my kid watch that.
that's a good example then because 70s version of the real monster is people is super vaguely veiled to where you don't realize it for 30 years, and nowadays they're like, no, the fucking people are fucking up the world. Like,
That's true. They just
like they'll just tell you out
They're
there,
all
yeah,
Down with capitalism.
and that's why nobody.
they're like, no, the monster you see, he's a real sweet dude, makes cookies.
Yeah.
This guy with the suit on,
Yeah,
he's not paying his people enough.
that's true. That is very true. So, really quick, I'm kind of curious because this came up in my head.
Mhm.
Let's go back to when you were kids.
Yes.
When you were kids, not like
Okay.
the Mount Rushmore of cartoons. that
1997.
You're like growing up, and you're like, now you're like, my kids, when they're old enough, these are the 4 cartoons my kids are gonna watch. Whether you still stuck to that or not, but as an adult, before they got to that age, what were your 4 that you were like, no, they're watching this because they're awesome. Even if your opinion now has changed.
What are yours?
For me,
Yeah,
it would have been the old 90s TMNT,
I'm on board with that.
the X
Okay.
Gargoyles,
Okay,
and then the Batman.
this all sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, I've already said so. Those are my 4 because I used, we used to watch Doug, Rugrats, all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
But-
okay. That's a whole different outlet. Is the Nickelodeon and
Yeah.
Cartoon Network stuff.
And that's the stuff I miss too. Is like when I was growing up, I remember watching. I can't remember the show of it, but kids would get slimed or that kind of like the
Oh,
Adventure
Double
Island.
Dare.
Yeah, like what happened to those? Those would be great for kids to watch now.
I agree with that.
That's what we should do for our YouTube side.
YouTube's got well.
But I hate
My
us
knees
with
aren't good enough
families.
for rolling around and slime
let's-
climbing fake
Dude,
mountains.
no. Well, not us.
Oh.
We'll each pick a family at random, and who's like Team John, Team Justin, Team Kevin, and whose team's better. Dude,
I'm gonna pick LeBron James's family then. 'Cause
first of all, he's
I hear they're pretty good at stuff.
Yeah, no, they got to be a listener, obviously. But anyway, so what are your guys' Mount Rushmore when you were growing up that you were like, my kids have to watch this?
I'm probably
You
the same as
talked a
yours.
lot. How about you, John?
I didn't really have the thought of like my kids have to watch it. I can give you like the Mount Rushmore of cartoons when I was little though, which would have been Batman the Animated Series,
Yeah.
really good. X-Men, and it's not really a cartoon. I did mention it last show. The Power Rangers. Absolutely love the Power Rangers. Cannot get enough
That
of that.
counts though.
I have amazing memories of coming home and watching the Power Rangers, Ghost Rider.
Word.
Yeah.
Oh, with the car.
No, it was the ghost that would write in books and give clues.
Oh,
It was a mystery
writer.
thing. Yeah, writer.
Writer, not
Yeah,
writer.
it wasn't nearly as cool as Nicolas Cage.
Okay. First of all,
And Power
we talked about this.
Cage is rad. He's great as a Ghost Rider. I didn't really even like that movie, but I'm willing to die on that hill for this.
Just for the sake of this.
Yeah.
I mean, I disagree to the point where I already.
So I didn't mean to cut off. Power Rangers is that's quality programming for 1990 whatever.
You got, that's 3. What would be your 4th?
Oh, did I not mention 4? Okay, so
top 4.
yeah,
how dare you cut him off?
Spider-Man. I really like
animated
Spider-Man.
Man, I forgot about that.
That song gets caught in my head sometimes.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
All robotic. Yeah.
I actually put that on literally just the other day to check it out. It was interesting. The same thing.
Yeah,
the animation is garbage, but
he had that like the way that Peter Parker would talk. Today's gonna be the da-da-da. Like everything was sarcastic and kind of shitty. And like, yeah, I can relate to this guy.
But no, next thing I'm going to show them is Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
The talking fry box. Yes.
I'm just kidding.
I remember coming home from college and watching that every night and be like, yeah, I'm a grown up.
Yeah.
When are you gonna introduce him to Johnny Bravo?
Man, I don't like throwing this word around, but God bless, that is a problematic cartoon.
He's just always hitting on ladies, right?
Like, yes, but like,
hey, how's it going?
Cat calling them, and like, it would be good when they don't understand it. You know what I'm saying?
So now, basically,
I could see that being something where I think I was too old when that show came out for that to be part of my stuff. I could see being in my 30s and being like, oh yeah. That's weird. Man.
You know what cartoon I watched when I was an adult was Invader Zim.
Did
any you watch that? Because like, I was
too old for it, but I watched the movie. It was cool.
Oh, see, I watched the movie that you talking about, the one that came out like in the past year or two.
Yeah, Return of the Columbus or something.
Yeah, whatever. Man, I watched it and I was like, oh my God, how the hell did I ever watch this cartoon? This is terrible.
Oh, because it was hard?
Yeah, because it was just too much. Like, it's just like the physical form of ADHD in your face, man. It was just nonstop. So
I feel like there was like a period where like all entertainment geared toward a certain age group was just screaming and yelling.
Oh, SpongeBob.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My wife absolutely hates SpongeBob, which
I could never get into it myself.
I'm one way or the other. I don't care. Yeah. My roommate, when I was just before I went to college, we're grown men, newly grown men, and he'd have girls over all the time, and he'd be wearing his SpongeBob pants and be like, "What the hell are you doing? You look like an idiot." And he'd be like, "No, girls dig it." I'm like, "You're stupid." Girls dug it. It drove me nuts. I was like, "I love your SpongeBob pants, you fucking weirdo."
So that very next day, I went out
and got married because I wanted out of that damn house.
Oh my God. So what are your 4?
Top 4 is probably the same as yours. I mean, I like the action stuff.
All right, top 4 without copycat.
Without copycatting. All right. Oh shit. Okay. I remember as a kid, I really enjoyed the Dennis the Menace cartoon.
Oh damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the 80s had some really cool stuff. I watched
did.
The Garfield cartoon all the time.
Garfield, dude.
Samurai Pizza Cats. That was fun. Like I didn't know what was going on.
I don't remember that one.
And then there was another one I'd catch before I leave for school. Ronin something. They like Ronin armor would like attach to their body, and they'd do like missions that had nothing to do with the United States, which was kind of cool to me when I was a kid.
No idea.
It was cool. I don't know.
You actually, for some reason, reminded me of another show I used to watch growing up. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but it had talking robot head, and then at the end there would always be like, "Oh, we're going 3D," and then you could put on your little 3D glasses. And, like, I can't remember for the life of me what that show was, but I loved watching that as a kid.
That sounds familiar.
There was a toy line and everything, and there was like a ninja robot with 4 arms and sword. Like
Reboot?
I have no idea. I really can't. I can't tell you yes.
I remember Reboot.
Reboot was rad.
But it was like I remember watching.
It was like
that.
Tron, but for kids.
Yeah, Tron. Like,
but good. We work with a couple dudes that swear by Tron as being like the best movie ever, and it blows my mind.
The old one?
No, the new one.
Oh, it's good, but
the soundtrack
is.
That's it.
Yeah. I like how we both.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Daft Punk.
Than music.
Yeah, exactly. Colors. There was colors in there.
I thought it was just a light show with music. Oops.
Oh, Freakazoid.
Freakazoid. Yeah.
You ever watch Freakazoid?
In underwear. Freakazoid. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. There was the theme song.
I remember there was a night. It was like it was after like a big premiere after all the cool shows that were big at the time, where it was Freakazoid and Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
The whole like Fox and the
yes.
Pinky and the Brain.
Yes.
Which all the new ones that they've redone, we've watched all those on Hulu. They're great. They're good for kids and adults. Yeah.
Yeah. They also redid Animaniacs too.
Man, I can't.
That's what it is. It's Animaniacs and then the Pinky the Brain are part of it. Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna go home and watch Animaniacs now.
You should. Yeah. Hulu's good.
I completely forgot about Animaniacs.
My daughter got in all over that, and then Tiny Toons, which was great for me because I'm like, we can relate on something. This is
Tiny Toons, Smurfs, the dude who was tripping on shrooms, seeing little blue people.
Oh, what was his name?
Gargamel.
Yeah.
Then we had Care Bears. Like, so the TV for us growing up was way different than now.
Yeah.
The 80s had so much cool stuff. Like, I hate that we're in this like post nostalgia period right now because I'm like, no, the 80s actually were really rad. Like,
right. Yeah, the cartoons had a deep meaning. Like, you had to watch.
No, they didn't have any of that, but they were really cool.
Well, some of them did, but now it's different. It's straight up in your face. Like we talked about earlier, the mystery people was okay. Yeah, it's a hidden message. The other one was like everything was hidden. Where now it's just like right in your face. So it really has changed. That's why I was kind of curious. We always seem to bring this up. And
I'm glad we did. This has been a fun talk for me.
I love this. So I'm really curious. Anybody listening, what's your Mount Rushmore? Because I remember
Speedy Gonzalez.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah.
All four of them, the Speedy Mouse, all of that. Oh, dude, Mighty Mouse.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Mighty Mouse is
now
fun.
I'm starting to remember everything you started growing up.
I feel like I got like visions of a certain animation style where like dynamite's being stuffed into somebody's face and then lit.
Yeah,
as
it's completely different now.
Yeah, and
like, let's drop an anvil on somebody's head back in the 90s. Oh, hold on. Not in 2023. That could hurt. Yeah.
I'm all for it. I don't.
So the kind of another question I had. So I remember Saturday morning cartoons growing up, 7 a.m. on watch. I don't know now, like what's the equivalent now? Because again, my kids are 2; they're not there.
Oh,
is there an equivalent now that you guys?
I don't know if there is.
It's all on demand at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Hulu and Netflix and everything else. Disney, you can get everything that we ever watched and then some.
And I'll tell you how on demand and like foreign live TV is to kids. We were watching something on like live TV. We're at somebody's house and it went to a commercial. And my oldest goes, "Why are they showing ads? Why can't we skip them?" And I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh, we had the same thought.
Yeah. It's just
less angry.
But now like they've never had to sit through more than 10 seconds of a commercial.
We didn't have a skip button back in our day.
That's true.
At least when we were
back in our day.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. At least when we were kids, the commercials were more fun, I think. And then they were also like, if you're watching a kid's show, the commercials are usually geared towards kids stuff. So you're gonna see new toys, other cartoons.
Because
like
you had to have that. Do his water gun.
Yeah.
Let's end it here. You know what we need?
We need a tagline's what we need.
We need a sign off.
Sign off. Shit.
Bye.
See you guys later.
Oh, bye y'all.